So the Epstein conspiracy just keeps getting worse here, ladies and gentlemen. The Wall Street Journal just published a article here last night or yesterday here on what is allegedly Trump writing a birthday card to Epstein for his 50th birthday. Now, we have the dialogue that was written on this card, and I'm going to read it out to you here. And it sounds like super villain level shit here. I mean, this sounds really insane. And honestly, it actually sounds so crazy. It almost sounds like an SNL skit. And so I almost don't know if I can even say that it's obviously allegedly Donald Trump, but Trump vehemently denies it, and we're going to look at his comments here in a second too. But I don't even think I can really believe it because it actually sounds so insane. And that if this were true, this is just absolutely foul, and there's no redemption. But of course, we can never actually see the real letter because nobody ever wants to, actually show primary sources here. So we always got to go off of hearsay, right? But it does make for great news here, so we're going to talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's listen to what this has to, or let's read together what this has to say. So in this letter here is basically allegedly there's a picture here of that Donald Trump draws of a naked woman on this card. And then he signs it with his signature. And then he writes the following, almost like a script, like a dialogue. And it says, "There must be more to life than having everything. Yes, there is, but I won't tell you what it is, nor will I, since I also know what it is," Jeffrey Epstein says. And then it says, "Donald, we have certain things in common, Jeffrey." Jeffrey says, "Yes, we do. Come to think of it." Donald says, "Enigmas never age. Have you noticed that?" And then Jeffrey says, "As a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you." And then Trump says, "A pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret." Oh, can you imagine, ladies and gentlemen? That is insane. The conspiracy just keeps getting worse here. Now, do I really think that this is credible? I don't necessarily know about that, right? I mean, just like with the tape allegedly where he was saying that, or Epstein was saying that Trump is like his best friend. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It's suspicious to me. I don't know. There's a lot of this stuff is suspicious to me. That it comes out at the weirdest times, that it was sort of lost to the ages for all this time, even though people have looked for it and we've been involved, trying to uncover this conspiracy for so long now. It susses me out here, and I'm one who believes that there was a conspiracy. I do think that Jeffrey Epstein was killed, and I do think the government is covering it up, and especially the most complacent people are those at the highest echelons of society. People like Donald Trump, for example, Pam Bondi. I mean, this is insanity, and so let's look at what Donald Trump here has to say about this. Right, he this dude always goes off all the time, right? So he's gonna break his silence on this here. And we'll read out here what his Truth Social claim is. So he says, "The Wall Street Journal and Rupert Murdoch personally were warned directly by President Donald J. Trump that the supposed letter they printed by President Trump to Epstein was a fake, and if they printed it, they will be sued." It's actually wild. Like, this dude just refers to himself like he doesn't talk normally. Like, he talks almost like in the third person. It's kind of weird. They were warned directly by Trump. Bro, you are Trump, dude. Just what? Dog. It's funny. Then he says, Mr. Murdoch stated that he would take care of it, but obviously he did not have the power to do so. The editor of the Wall Street Journal, Emma Tucker, was told directly by Caroline Levitt and by the President Trump that the letter was a fake. But Emma Tucker didn't want to hear that. Instead, they are going with a false, malicious, and defamatory story anyways. President Trump will be suing the Wall Street Journal, News Corp, and Mr. Murdoch shortly. The press has to learn to be truthful and not rely on sources that probably don't even exist. President Trump has already beaten George Stephanopoulos, ABC, 60 Minutes, CBS, and others, and looks forward to suing and holding accountable the once great Wall Street Journal. It has truly turned out to be a disgusting and filthy rag. The writing defamatory lies like this shows their desperation to remain relevant. If there were any truth at all on the Epstein hoax as it pertains to President Trump, this information would have been revealed by Comey, Brennan, Crooked Hillary, and other radical left lunatics years ago. It certainly would have not sat in a file waiting for Trump to have won 3 elections. This is yet another example of fake news. Yo, you can see he's losing it, ladies and gentlemen. It just reminded me of this community note I saw the other day, where he likes to rant about other people and as if they're directly responsible for this and not the Republican administration, which I hate Democrats just as much as I hate Republicans, right? I don't like either party. But what I will say is, look who voted against trying to make all these like Epstein client lists and files public. Wasn't the Democrats, ladies and gentlemen. So there's clearly a line there. So with that said here, let's not be sheep and actually think about some things, right? So first federal investigation, Jeffrey Epstein was actually launched and closed under George W. Bush years ago. And this is a new federal investigation was launched in July 2019 under Trump himself after Epstein was arrested on federal sex trafficking charges. And then obviously he would die in 2019 prior to Biden. So this is not like a thing that Trump doesn't have any stake in, or just, there's some conspiracy around it here. That just doesn't really make any sense. And so, look, first of all, I think it's gotten so bad to the point that even if we start to subpoena these things, I don't even know if they exist anymore, right? I mean, these could all be forgeries, hoaxes, in the sense on behalf of the government, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, look what they did with the video of the footage of the cell. I mean, first of all, not even footage of the cell because those malfunctioned, right? And of course, all the records, were tampered with and whatnot, which people were convicted of, right? And so we just get like the hallway view, and then like they're like splicing things according to the metadata on like Adobe Premiere. So, this is rather terrible here. But he's saying this is a fake. This is fake. This is not real. And to be honest with you, I actually believe him here. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. And obviously, let me preface this here because maybe you guys don't know me as much. I only got 250 subscribers, but what I will say is I'll give him credit where credit's due. But he doesn't get credit too often. So when I'm saying it here, it's like, all right, like I do believe him in this case. Although I do think that he's still a lying scumbag. Actually, I don't think he is. Well, I know he is. He lies all the time. In fact, this is a man who, hey, if the United States wasn't the United States, he was in pretty much almost any other country, he'd probably be indicted on war crimes. Let's look at other things as well, like the market manipulation and whatnot. I mean, this is just absolutely mind-boggling. This dude's still walking around not behind bars. So with that said here, ladies and gentlemen, this is a pretty crazy story. And I'm curious to see what you guys all think about this here. I'm here to bring the news, give you a little take, right, keep you entertained for a little bit here. But wild stuff. If that's the case, I mean, they're talking like super villains. I mean, oh my God, look at that, right? Like happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret. Like, first of all, like, yo, that is so out of pocket. That is so out of pocket. And but it really makes you think though. Like, people, very powerful people would have known about this guy doing these terrible, wicked things that he's alleged to have been doing. And question is, who was it? And are they in the highest office of the land? And even if he's not, even if let's say Trump even wasn't a part of it, right? Who is he protecting that was, right? And that's what I think we all want to know. But of course, we can't get our hands on it because, well, we don't control the narrative, ladies and gentlemen. The elite do, and they are dominating us right now, and it's a horrible thing. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for some more content here. Thank you so much for 265 subscribers. Try to get us to, let's go with 300. Let's try to get 300 subscribers. Let's try to make it happen. I think that we can, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to thank you so much. Obviously, always make up your own mind on things. Always do your own research and stay open-minded. Have a good day.